Sounds of the Week on iRadio.
Anina azin nizba bita dawla ta Junub Sudan, anna azin nizba bita moya bitana. Ashaya rende nas yagodu tehet, al-Kobara nas alin bumuk yagodu tehet, begala moraga yamul calculation. Aizo ni kunin nizba bita ukampi moya de. Pada kanina binodi long-term project and short-term project. The long-term project de mana vijina azina amul down fi Beden, down fi Fula, alasas ni mewoli kahaba. Lakini ma yagurulela nashiteri kahaba min Kenya, wala nashiteri kahaba min Ethiopia, wala najib kahaba min Uganda. Dari namul dam tanna bisa produce kahaba, bisa tamanna export kahaba le Congo, export kahaba le Central Africa, le Chad. Magala na najib kahaba mbele tani. Ani lazim namul dam ka dawla independent country. Lakini kanda begi udilan na kahaba, udilan na akil, udilan na shuru, mana ma bi faida le mutamare.
Sounds of the Week on iRadio. Your eye on South Sudan. Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, this is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. A South Sudanese parent has raised concern after reports emerged that his baby developed a rash on her head following the consumption of milk from Nestle's S26 products recently withdrawn in several countries due to potential health risks. The Directorate of Civil Registry, Nationality, Passports and Immigration has apologized to the public for the prolonged delays in the issuance of passports and nationality documents. And the South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority has announced a strict restriction on access to the airside area of Juba International Airport, citing aviation safety and security concerns. These stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. A South Sudanese parent has raised concern after reports emerged that his baby developed a rash on her head following the consumption of milk from Nestle's S26 products recently withdrawn in several countries due to potential health risks. Mr. Deng, who recently returned to South Sudan from Kenya with his family, said his daughter first showed signs of a skin reaction last December.
Last year, my family came from Kenya. We went to the market and bought baby milk. That's S26. And we put the baby on this milk. After some time, we realized that there were some reactions on her body. So we took her to the hospital. The doctor said it is bacterial infection. So she was given some ointment. So we've been applying the ointment. And it subsided. At some point, it's been recurring. So this morning I came across an alert that actually struck me, and I related to the case of my daughter. I immediately shared with a friend. And I did this because I know there are so many other South Sudanese children who are going through this.
Mr. Deng added that news of the international recall earlier this week alarmed him and prompted him to share his experience. He is now appealing to the authorities to take the necessary action to rescue the situation.
So my appeal to the authorities is to look into this matter. It's a great matter, something that cannot be brushed aside. It's already been done in other countries. I appeal to the government to do the same. We have been advised that this product has been withdrawn from the market with immediate effect. So the baby is in Kenya now, and now we changed that brand. She's recovering well.
This week, Nestle recalled a batch of baby formula after routine quality checks detected some issues. The recall, which has widened beyond Europe, has also impacted Americas and Asia, including China and Brazil. A tally from the company and National Health Ministry statement has showed. When contacted by iRadio this morning, Gloria Nyoka, the Executive Director for South Sudan Bureau of Standards, the department said the department rather is working to identify any affected products currently on the market, ensure they are banned, and coordinate with border inspectors to prevent such products from entering the country. The development comes amid growing concerns among South Sudanese parents as international recalls of Nestle, NAN, SMA, and other infant milk formula products continue across several countries due to the presence of toxins and substances potentially harmful to infants. The Directorate of Civil Registry, Nationality and Passport and Immigration has apologized to the public for the prolonged delays in the issuance of passports and nationality documents. Major General Elia Costa Faustino blamed the situation on the failure to pay fees to the company responsible for producing the official booklets. Speaking on the Sundown program on iRadio, the Director General of Immigration, Major General Costa, says the delays were beyond the control of his office and resulted from outstanding payments to the foreign company that prints passport and nationality ID booklets. Major General Costa explained that the non-payment had disrupted the production process, leaving thousands of applicants stranded for months without receiving their documents. He, however, assured the public that the situation is expected to normalize following the signing of a new agreement with the company.
Number one, we can apologize to our people. لتأخير بتاع جوازات الحصل الجنسيات. فهذا طبعا ما من إرادة بتاعنا. It is not from us. لكن دي النتيجة لأنه الكمباني اللي بيجيب لنا جنسيات وجوازات ده القروش بتاعه ما دفعوا. فهذا السبب اللي خلى أنه تأخير حصل لحد زمن الحصل. لكن هسه عندنا new agreement we did it وإن شاء الله قريبا ده نحن بنجي نعلنه للناس. بعد ده ما بكون في انقطاع تاني. الحاجات ده بكون جاي متوفر طوالي في أي وقت زول كان جاء دار يعمل جنسية ولا جواز وبلغ جنسية بتاعه وجواز بتاعه. نعم القروش طبعا دي collected by revenue authority هم يا مسؤولين من القروش ما نحن بتاعنا شغل بتاعنا بس نعمل إجراء process only the document.
The apology comes amid growing frustration among citizens, many of whom have complained about waiting for months after submitting their applications without receiving any feedback from the department. Several applicants have taken to social media and radio talk shows to express anger over what they describe as a lack of transparency and poor communication from the immigration offices. Major General Costa urged the public to remain calm, saying the department is committed to restoring public confidence by ensuring the smooth and timely issuance of the documents. He added that an official announcement will soon be made outlining the new procedures and timelines for passport and nationality processing. Meanwhile, the Director of Civil Registry, Nationality, Passports and Immigration has revealed that more than 3,000 passports and nationality cards are currently lying uncollected in its storage facilities in Juba. Speaking to iRadio, Major General Elia Costa says many applicants have failed to return to collect their documents after submission, with some passports even expiring while still in the department's custody. According to General Costa, the situation has contributed to congestion in the stores and confusion among the public as many people continue to complain of delays without first checking whether their documents are already ready. He urged all applicants who submitted their documents months ago to visit the immigration offices and verify the status of the applications.
Yeah, we have a lot of nationality now and passport in our store there, waiting for the owners to come and receive it. More than 3,000. Some other passports expire there. They produce it and then the owners doesn't come and receive their passport. It is more than 4,000 nationality and passport. So maybe his nationality or his passport is out, but he doesn't come to check it. No, if it is the nationality card is available, it will not take you more than 2 days or 3 days. But the delay comes sometimes because there is no nationality card and or the booklet of the passport. So that is why delayment comes. It takes time.
General Costa also called on the public to regularly follow up on the applications instead of waiting indefinitely. He stressed that some of the complaints about delays could be resolved if applicants check whether their documents were already ready for collection. The Commissioner of Bor County says the security situation in Bor Town has returned to calm following recent clashes in parts of Jonglei State. Speaking to iRadio this morning, Commissioner Atenpech said residents were briefly shaken after SPLA-IO forces advanced and took control of UI Town, raising fears they could move closer to Bor. He said the deployment of South Sudan People's Defense Forces helped stabilize the situation, allowing normal activities and business to resume. The commissioner added that the panic caused some residents to flee the areas including Juba and Goliar, but many are now returning as fears of further advancement have ceased. He has urged those who fled Bor during the unrest to return home, saying the town is safe and life has normalized.
Here anymore, it is going on with the normal businesses. Manage some of the town like what, and they have come to UI. So from UI to Duk is some kilometers. So that one there caused a panic and fear. But now there is no problem. In UI, I don't think whether there is a move again to Duk. And that if they came up to Duk, the people is scared that they may reach to Bor town as would like to inform the people of the state people of Bor County and South Sudan as well that we are happy.
This is iRadio News. The government of South Sudan has confirmed that 12 of its citizens were killed and 40 others injured in a road accident in Sudan's White Nile state following a collision between two passenger buses. In a press release issued on Thursday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation said it was deeply saddened to be informed of the tragic road incident involving South Sudanese citizens in the Republic of Sudan. The accident occurred on January 7, 2026 in Duaim City when two passenger buses collided. According to the statement, one of the buses was transporting South Sudanese returnees who were returning back to South Sudan. The government also expressed concern that it had not been informed in advance about the movement of a large number of its citizens across the border. On behalf of the government, the ministry conveyed its condolences to the affected families, expressing its deepest sympathies to the families of the deceased and wishing a swift recovery to those injured. The ministry further stated that authorities are closely monitoring developments related to the incident. The Commander-in-Chief of the South Sudan People's Defense Forces and all organized forces, Salva Kiir, has issued a sweeping directive banning officers from posting images of their uniforms, rank insignia, promotions, or official presidential documents on social media platforms. The directive issued by the Minister of Presidential Affairs, Africano Mande Gedima, yesterday takes immediate effect and applies to all commissioned and non-commissioned officers serving in the SSPDF, the South Sudan National Police Service, the National Security Service, and other organized forces of the Republic. According to the circular, the decision is aimed at protecting the sanctity of the presidential signature, safeguarding executive communications, and restoring institutional discipline within the security sector. Under the new order, it is strictly forbidden to photograph, scan, circulate, or post any official document bearing the signature of the President and the Commander-in-Chief on the Internet or social media platforms including WhatsApp, Facebook, X, or any other public domain. This prohibition covers presidential decrees related to promotions, commissioning of officers, and operational assignment orders. The directive further addresses what it describes as a growing and concerning trend in which newly promoted officers publicly display their new ranks and uniforms on social media for personal recognition and vanity. Officers are also barred from making public comments, statements, or expressions of opinion regarding decisions made by the President and the Commander-in-Chief while in uniform or while identifying themselves as members of the organized forces. This provision aligns with previous Republican order issued in December 2021. Before international news, the South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority has announced a strict restriction on access to the airside area of Juba International Airport, citing aviation safety and security concerns. In a public notice issued by the Office of the Director General on January 8, 2026, the authority informed the general public that no individual or vehicle is permitted to enter the airside area without valid authorization and an official airside permit. According to the notice, permitted access documents include an airside vehicle permit, an airport restricted area permit, or any other access permit formally approved by the South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority. The restriction applies to all persons and vehicles operating at or around Juba International Airport with limited exemptions. The only exemptions granted are to His Excellency the President of the Republic of South Sudan and Their Excellencies the Vice Presidents, along with their officially designated vehicles. The Civil Aviation Authority warned that any unauthorized access to the airside area will be treated as a serious violation of aviation safety and security regulations and may result in legal prosecution. The notice is stated, and I quote, "The cooperation of the public is essential to ensure safety, security, and orderly airport operations," end quote. The directive was issued by the South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority in coordination with airport security stakeholders, including aviation security, the National Security Service at Juba International Airport, the Criminal Investigations Department, and the Military Intelligence. Juba International Airport is the country's main international gateway, handling both domestic and international flights. Authorities say the enforcement of access control measures is critical to maintaining compliance with international aviation safety standards. This is iRadio News, and to the international scene, here is Helen Samuel.
Thank you. Some of the stories making headlines in the region and across the borders. Nestle has recalled a batch of baby formula after routine quality checks detected some issues, Ethiopia's Food and Drug Authority said in a statement on Thursday. The affected product is Non-Special Pro HA0-12 and the batch number is 51666607422F3. Keep up with the latest medical breakthroughs and healthcare trends with the Reuters Health Rounds newsletter. The recall, which has widened beyond Europe, has also impacted Americas and Asia, including China and Brazil, a tally from the company and the National Health Ministry statements showed. The regulatory body said the product was manufactured on 15th of June 2025 and has an expiry date of 15th December 2026. Elsewhere, one person has died and dozens trapped after giant landfill collapses in Philippines. Rescuers pulled 12 injured sanitation workers from debris at the Binali landfill in Cebu City, who were later hospitalized. Many of the missing are believed to be workers at the landfill. The mayor of Cebu told news outlet ABC-CBN that it may be difficult to reach survivors because of the potential for further collapse. Finally, 4 people were killed and 25 others injured in Kyiv on Thursday night, where loud booms could be heard for several hours, setting the sky alight with explosions. It is only the second time that Moscow has used the Oreshnik, which was first deployed to hit the central city of Dnipro in November 2024. Russia's defense ministry said the strike was a response to Ukrainian drone attack on Vladimir Putin's residence in late December, which Kyiv denies carrying out. Those are some of the stories trending across the globe. Back to you at the news desk.
Thank you, Helen Samuel. This is iRadio News, and now to the world of sports. Here is Darlington Moses.
Thank you so much, Lasuba Memo. In the world of sport, we're starting with African Cup of Nations. In the African Cup of Nations, host Morocco take on continental heavyweights Cameroon in the quarterfinals of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations on Friday 9th of January, with an eye on the first AFCON semi-final berth in 22 years. The match will take place at the 68,000 capacity Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium in Rabat, with kick-off scheduled for 20 hours local time, which is also the same as Central African time, and 1400 Eastern Standard Time. In English Premier League, Manchester City have signed Ghana international Antonio Semenyo from Bournemouth in a deal worth about 65 million euros. It is a record sale for the Cherries after City met Semenyo's release clause, which had to be activated before Saturday, and they will pay about 62.5 million euros across 24 months in an installment plus bonuses. He has signed a contract until 2030 and will wear the number 42 shirt previously worn by Yaya Toure, who won 3 Premier League titles during his 8 years at the club. Meanwhile, Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli has apologized for trying to push injured Liverpool defender Conor Bradley off the pitch during Thursday's 0-0 draw between the teams. Northern Ireland international Bradley landed awkwardly near the touchline when chasing the ball in a stoppage time, falling to the ground and immediately clutching his knee. Martinelli then dropped the ball on the fullback before shoving him in the back in an attempt to get him off the playing surface to allow the game to continue. And finally, the Spanish Super Cup final, Federico Valverde scored a stunning early free kick as Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid to set up a Clasico meeting with Barcelona. The Spanish Super Cup is taking place in Jeddah after Saudi Arabia. This is all in the world of sport, and back to you, Lasuba Memo.
Thank you, Darlington Moses. This is iRadio News, and now to end this bulletin, here is a recap of the headlines. A South Sudanese parent has raised concern after reports emerged that his baby developed a rash on her head following the consumption of milk from Nestle's S26 products recently withdrawn in several countries due to potential health risks. The Directorate of Civil Registry, Nationality and Passports and Immigration has apologized to the public for the prolonged delays in the issuance of passport and nationality documents. And the South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority has announced a strict restriction on access to the airside area of Juba International Airport, citing aviation safety and security concerns. That's the end of iRadio News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 It's also our WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for news and Arabic at 12:30. I'm Lasuba Memo. Thank you.